microphone is in frame. It's out. Focus. White balance. So this is not a typical video review that I do on Adam Lobo TV, but more like a, I guess, behind the scenes, at the same time an explanation on what kind of things that I go through as a creator for the past 3 over years here on YouTube. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be releasing this video, but it's come to a point where sometimes I just feel like letting you guys know on the struggles that I face or the daily routine that I face as a tech reviewer here on YouTube, especially coming from Malaysia. So as you guys see that the first thing I do is that, I press record on my microphone or the audio receiver for my separate microphone, and then I use my trusty old white balance card to make sure that I have the right white balance, and also this little thing here that you always see if you guys been following me for a very long time is the X-Rite passport to make sure that I'm in focus, since my Blackmagic Pocket in my camera does not come with a white balance card. And then I clap my hands to make sure that I actually synchronize in post. So that alone, it's not easy, at the same time not the hardest things to do, but these are all the processes that I have to do as a tech reviewer. So I just thought that for those of you who who are thinking to come out with a YouTube channel, or you're thinking how is it like being a person like me, being behind the camera doing these reviews are. And I also thought that I want to kind of answer all the frequently asked questions on every single video that I provide, just to kind of eliminate all the typical questions that you have and answer all those questions at the same time, understand from a content creator's perspective on how not so easy that our jobs are. So I did not have this scripted. It is something where I've actually decided that, instead of me typically coming out with a review video, I have a bunch of stuff to review. But I just thought, I just want to come out with these videos, without having any like cuts here and there, just to go on. I hope I don't go too long, because I don't want this to be a very long video, but I just thought that, I just let you guys know. A few things that I think that what immediately comes to my mind is that the number one question that a lot of people ask me is that, what do you do with all this bunch of phones? Do you buy every single phones? Do you take these phones, and what do you do after that? Now, the main way for me to review these phones is actually to get review units. And these guys give me the review units, and I review all the smartphones coming from the smartphone companies. Not every smartphone companies gives their review unit. Sometimes you have to ask, sometimes they just give it to you. If you're starting off YouTube, especially when I was starting out, I had to literally knock on each doors to make sure that they send me a review unit. In Malaysia, how it works is that you don't always get the opportunity to immediately approach a company directly. So they have a PR company who is in charge of giving out these review units to make sure that everybody has a review unit. And yes, we are still not influencers. I absolutely hate the word influencers. We are still tech media, to make sure that we review this tech in a very unbiased way. A difference between a tech reviewer and an influencer is that the influencer gives you what they are supposed to do. So for example, if let me say, like for example, Zine Lens gives you this amazing lens for you to review, you will need to only say the best things about the lens. You cannot say any bad things, otherwise they get very offended and you don't get any recommendation from them, and most importantly that you don't get paid if you do a review videos for them. So as a tech media, what we go through is that we review these items or smartphones, and then in return we will get a payment based on the content that we create, not because of the influential decision that we give to you guys. Because ultimately, I've mentioned a lot of people or my friends or even during my Q&A video sessions that whatever that I review is all my opinion, and I left my day job, having a very good paid day job, to do YouTube full time in order for me to not only earn a very honest living, but at the same time to be very honest with what I with what I review over in this channel, to make sure to help you make a purchase decision. Because before I even had a YouTube channel, I used to check out people like, Techno Buffalo, which specifically people like John Rettinger, Jonathan Morrison, and of course the infamous MKBHD, to kind of help me understand the world of tech. Not to necessarily make a purchase decision, but for me to kind of understand the whole world of tech. So I am trying to do the same. I am really thankful for those of you appreciated on the feedback that I give to help you make a purchase decision. But sometimes, before going into that, is that, so that's how it works. I don't buy every smartphones. I don't have that kind of money to just, there's a new smartphone, let me buy that, review that, buy this, review that. I don't do that. So I hope that this question is finally laid to rest. For those of you who've been wondering what do I do with all of these smartphones as soon as I review them, these are all review units coming from the phone manufacturers here in Malaysia, the smartphone companies that give it to me. I review them within the span of 1 week or 2 weeks maximum, and I give it up to them. And that is how I review every unit. So please don't ask me about how, please do a giveaway, because these phones do not belong to me. So I hope that this is a way for you guys to understand why that I don't do giveaways in this channel, because these are not smartphones which I buy. These are all review units. There are sometimes companies like, for example, Edifier, who is very kind enough. I'm not reviewing the GM6 yet. Hopefully I will. I'm reviewing the Edifier X3. Looks like this. So they have been kind enough to say, you know what, other than a review, I'm going to give you some extra earbuds for you to give out. I can choose to give it out, to keep it or to give it to my brothers or my family or my friends. But I've decided to actually give it out to you guys, since you are my subscribers, and I absolutely love you in terms of what you support during my whole entire YouTube journey. So that is something where I do, and that is how the giveaway works. Now, when it comes to the content itself, I have been having a lot of very interesting mixed response, especially when I do videos where I don't necessarily give my full positive reviews on a particular smartphone. So what happens is that what I've realized, the pattern is that, for example, if I say a certain disadvantage of a particular smartphones that I review, some people come back to me and say, but my phone is totally fine. I've been using the previous generation. I have better screen on time. But here's the thing. I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to gain. I am here to help you make a purchase decision. I don't want you to buy those smartphones and then realizing after you bought the smartphones that you go through these issues. Now, it is interesting that I found out that a lot of people who watch tech videos, they have usually already bought this phone, and they watch these tech videos online to kind of give them that so-called that comfortable feeling. I can't find the word right now. That affirmation to say that you made a right choice. So whenever, like for example, we got person A who've already bought a particular smartphone. I'm not going to mention brands because I'm not here mentioning about any particular brands. And then I, as a tech reviewer, said that, by the way, the battery life is not as good. Or by the way, the screen is not as great as what a lot of people say. And they get offended. They'll be like, my phone is fine. But again, the reason why people watch my videos and they also subscribe to my channel is simply because of the fact that they feel like, I feel like it's something where I want to let you guys know about these are the issues that I face. it's not something that necessarily everybody face, but maybe sometimes, depending on the current situation, sometimes it all comes down to, they don't want to mention it because they don't want to. When I say days, I'm talking about, other reviewers in the market today. Maybe they don't want to offend the phone manufacturers. But like I said, I quit my day job to do this as a full time to help you make a purchase decision. And there's absolutely no reason for me to lie to you guys, because I want to help you. And I have only 36,000 subscribers. I don't think that I'm in a position whereby I want to make sure that I want to influence you all with any decision. But at the same time, I just want to make sure that I help you make a purchase decision, because everybody like you spend a lot of your hard-earned money to make sure that you make a purchase of any smartphones or any other tech which is released over here. So I guess that would be the second topic which I would like to talk about as a content creator on YouTube. And the third thing is that it actually relates to what I've mentioned earlier, that the amount of hard work. Now, for me as an individual, I know that sometimes some of my reviews, especially recently when I did some of my speaker reviews and stuff, a lot of people felt like, oh, why don't you do a sound test? Just to answer it in a very general way, I still feel that it does not make sense for me to review a speaker and do a sound test, because you guys are listening it through your smartphone earphones, the speaker, or maybe you may have a good setup and you go like, oh, nice. But I still feel that in the general population or the general public, not everybody has a nice DAC, not nice items for you to actually listen to the speakers. And that is one of the reasons why I've actually decided to stop reviewing speakers moving forward, because a lot of people felt that they were not happy with the current reviews that I do with the speakers. And that's the reason why I've also decided to say, you know what, I'm not going to review speakers anymore, because a lot of people were unhappy with the way I did not do a sound test on a speaker. So to me, I just felt like, you know what, maybe I should not do it anymore. And all in all, what I want to say is that I am an individual. I don't have a team. Some of you guys may know, who watch my channel, knows that I have no team. That means like I sendiri, or I alone, for those of you who are not from Malaysia, I script, I edit, I shoot, and I compile everything. I come up with ideas, I test every single smartphone, and I review them all by myself. So it is a lot of work. It is really a lot of work. So just in case there are certain things that I miss, try not to be too upset, because it's not easy being me. And at the same time, doing this kind of videos is really a lot of work. Like right now it's 1:20 a.m. and instead of me typically shooting my normal reviews, I've decided to just come up with this random video. Like I said, I'm not sure that I'm going to be releasing this. I'm actually going to play back tomorrow morning, and then just see whether or not it's a kind of video which I feel like I want to release it or not. Who knows whether I might get 5 views, 100 views, 1,000 views, I don't know. But I just thought that I want to share with you guys that about the whole journey, to kind of give you not like your typical review videos which I do on Adam Lobo TV, and also not like your Q&A videos, but to kind of explain to you the whole journey that I go through as a tech reviewer. And for those of you who are content creators who want to create a YouTube channel, I've actually did a collaboration video recently with a friend called Lenora about what are the things that you guys should do or you should not do. I don't know whether the video is going to be out by this time when I release this video, but stay tuned at the description below. But all in all, what I'm trying to say is that if you guys are starting a YouTube channel and you feel like you want things instant, it will never come instant. You need to put your heart and soul, because once you put a passion, be yourself, everything will just work just nicely. And you are going to come to a point whereby you are not going to necessarily make everybody happy. Someone's going to be not happy. There's going to be that one little troll which I currently have on my channel, where every time I review a video or I release a video, there'll be one dislike. you are going to be having those kind of issues. You will be having those kind of individuals. We know maybe one, maybe be three, maybe be four, maybe be five. But yeah, I just thought I'd release this video just to, not to vent, but more to kind of let you guys know how and what a content creator on YouTube, especially here in Malaysia, goes through, especially coming from the English language, because in Malaysia, the main language in terms of being tech reviewers is still in Malay. I boleh cakap dalam bahasa Melayu, and what I'm trying to say, for those of you who are actually not from Malaysia, I'm saying that I can speak in Malay, but I want to really address a global market. I want to address everybody, not only from Malaysia, because I know I have subscribers coming from the Philippines, from India, from America, from UK, and when I do these reviews, I ultimately want to reach to each and every one of you during my whole entire review sessions for every single videos, be it smartphones, smart speakers, the headphones, earphones and stuff like that. So with that, I guess I will stop right now. I think I've talked quite a while. Again, I don't know whether or not I'm going to be releasing this video, but I just thought that, for tonight, instead of me typically shooting something and releasing here on Adam Lobo TV, I decided to do this so-called random video, which is not your typical review videos that I have, just to kind of give you a proper view and for you to actually understand from my perspective on how that, although it looks like it's all glamorous and stuff, it really takes a lot of hard work. So if you guys are starting a YouTube channel, remember that you have to face all of this. You will need to love what you do, otherwise you will fail. At this point in time, I'm not failing, I'm not giving up, because I love what I do right now, and most importantly, I love every single of you who's watching me right now and stayed on during the whole entire time right here at Adam Lobo TV. So subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you guys haven't done so. If you come across this video, be sure to understand that I have love for you guys to help you make a purchase decision, and most importantly, the work that I do here on YouTube is 110% 10% love from me to you guys. So thank you.